Good week, good day, good morning, good afternoon, whenever you're listening to this. It is I, once again, Brend0n Traxler with Colonize the Ocean, the podcast. This is our May 25th, 2026 episode. And here in the United States, today is Memorial Day. So I do want to take a real quick second for anybody that has members who have lost their lives or know somebody like that. This is in the line of duty. This is a day to remember them, and we are thankful for them, especially here in the United States, for our freedom, and hopefully around the world, that you're honoring your fallen soldiers and people like that as well. So just want to take that and put that out there here before. But today we are going to talk about something a little different. I have to stop saying that because I say that every time, and it's not really different. We're all talking about the same thing. It's all underwater, ocean-based, above water, and underwater. Anyway, why do I do this? Why is Colonize the Ocean, the podcast, a thing? Why is it here? And I think I've talked about this before. But I got thinking, that might be a good opportunity to, if you've been listening for a while and you just like stumbled upon this podcast, what am I? What is the team? Who are we? What are we doing? And basically, this is spurred from ASC, Atlantis Sea Colony, the main project of developing, building, getting underwater habitats in the water. And it started off as, well, let's just hit all the different media outlets we can. But I didn't want the ASC podcast, the Atlantis Sea Colony podcast. I just felt weird or wrong. And I could, if I can compartmentalize off a podcast section, it could do its own thing regardless of what ASC was doing. So that's kind of where CTO, Colonize the Ocean, came around, was that. And it was mostly just all interviews with different people in the either seasteading realm or the underwater realm. But there's not tons of them out there. So that didn't last long. So we went through all that. Then it's slowly migrated over the years to, hey, we'll just do our own ASC content when we do live streams. Well, those slowly started backing off because we were forcing content and it just didn't feel as good. So we didn't do as many lives as more. So we do them like once a month now. Well, that's not enough content to be putting out here. So I said, you know what? Some of the other podcasters I listen to do stuff once a week. And I go, that's an awful lot of work when this is, not my main 9 to 5 type of thing. So I said, well, I can do a short on Monday mornings every week. That's not hard to do, coming up with different topics, different things to talk about, different promos. And so that's where really it's evolved over the years from that. So we still do once a month have a long format podcast that comes out, which is the audio/video from the live stream. And then on Mondays, we always have a short that I do. On Fridays, there's always an AI-based one that's about some topic as well that goes inside the whole ocean technology, ocean colonization aspect that we're focused on. And then I try every once in a while, I like to, if I get this would be fun. I get like a little series I may do and I'll throw it on Wednesdays or something along those lines. But you're always guaranteed to get something on Monday and Friday from me, one way or the other. And I've been doing that for well over a year now. I think the shorts are coming on 2 years. I shall tell you real fast here. No, it's well over 2 years. Actually, closing in on 3. Holy cow! Almost 3 years of doing these shorts, and then the AI ones on Fridays. I think they're a year and a half, something like that. So doing this for years. The purpose is not, and again, to wrap it all up, to keep this short, the purpose is not just to be an outlet for that, but it is a marketing thing, an area why I'm very vocal about all this, despite a lot of people telling me that we shouldn't talk as much about that because reasons. But I want there to be a record that, hey, ASC has been saying this, Brend0n has been saying this now for years. This is what's going to happen. And unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at that, other people do listen to this. there are other players out there who do follow our content. They watch what we're doing, and either I am just either I know what I'm talking about more so than I think I do sometimes, or we're all coming to the same conclusions, but a lot of what I'm saying is transpiring out there in the world, or others are trying to do the same thing with the same basic philosophy and ideals. You make your own conclusions based on that. I will be addressing that more in depth in an upcoming video, which I have 2 cool videos I'm getting ready to work on, which will be coming down as well. Also, if you are listening to this on the 25th, we are doing a live stream tomorrow night as well. So make sure you check that out. I think we're going to be on LinkedIn this time. We're always on X and YouTube. So yeah, check that out. And, last thing, we always do a podcast. I'll pull up a poll over on Patreon. Totally free. You don't have to join. Just go over there and hop on there and, take our little poll. It's patreon.com/Atlantis Sea Colony. Go check that out. But last week, we're wrapping up our conversations about seasteading and talking about the future of that. And so the poll was, what's your biggest next wave excitement for ocean colonization this year or next year, 2026, 2027? Narrowed down 3 really options for people, and it was the oceanics, Busan floating city construction, which is going to be really cool if it comes to play like they're planning on it. The policy wins and autonomy breakthroughs on trying to figure out how to make seasteading and underwater habitats separate from any government ordinance right now and its own independent entity, and Prospera area expansions and ArcPad floating resorts, which are going to be down off the coast of Honduras, off of Roatan down there. That's a lot going on there, which, as ASC, I feel like Mitchell and his crew, we're kind of close with. I feel like we're kind of close to them, and I like watching what they're doing. So that's a little bias on there. But the winner on this one was the policy wins and autonomy breakthroughs. So if you want your voice to be heard, if you want to go over there, I encourage you to go over to our Patreon, take the poll, let your voice be heard, check us out, and come join our live stream. Otherwise, I'll see you next week. Have a good one. And it's the beginning of summer. Enjoy it.